Hey there, and welcome back to Edgier Than Thou. I thought we'd have a little bit of fun with this one because that last video was kind of depressing, and I don't know, I found this very, very funny. So Matt Walsh's YouTube channel put out a video called The Reason Leftists Hate This Movie, and instantly my interest was piqued. I might throw some clips from it in here or there, but mostly I just want to talk about it because this is incredibly funny, and we did it, boys. We got Matt Walsh to get interested in queer media. So the film in question is called The Whale. It stars Brendan Fraser as a gay, obese man he's wearing like a fat suit in the film. And so Matt Walsh then talks about this narrative about how apparently leftists were incredibly upset by this, of course, because he's not a gay actor and he's also not obese. And so apparently a bunch of people were saying he wasn't allowed to play that role, or it was wrong for him to play that character. And I guess I should probably get, like, my position out on this here, just to be clear. And, I mean, like, in general, I think that's a thing that's worth criticizing or, like, calling out occasionally, especially just because Hollywood tends to kind of have a bias against folks in both of those categories, but I also don't think it's necessarily disqualifying. I think ultimately, right, like, whether or not it's a net positive or negative portrayal is more important to, like, most of society. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, if I were doing a review of it, I might comment on it, but it's not going to be the basis for the entire review. But anyhow, this is kind of like the central assumption you have to make with Matt's video, is that the left is incredibly upset about this. And so at first I thought, okay, I'll check on Twitter, see what people are saying about it, and most of the tweets that I could find were all just kind of like ads for it, or people saying, oh, this looks like it'll be a good movie, and whatever. I don't remember seeing anything that was negative, but I also was like, whatever, I don't even care. I didn't search very far. So I thought to myself, what would be the best way to come together and find what the left's attitude on this film is? And first I checked the media, and I looked through a couple of articles, and most of the articles that I found, by most I mean every article I found, just mentioned the controversy in like a single paragraph. One of them, I guess, mentioned it in a couple of paragraphs and basically talked about, I think, the director explaining like his rationale for why he designed the movie the way he did and the purpose for its portrayal of particularly folks who are obese, right? And it was like, okay, cool, whatever, fine. A couple of people have criticized this. I haven't seen a single tweet of anyone like super upset by it or anything, but all right, the film has been criticized. But then I thought, what is the bastion of leftist liberal movie criticism, right? What is the thing that everyone points to these days as an example of just how like woke Hollywood is, how woke critics are, and how the left trashes stuff they don't like and worships stuff they love? And I thought, where better to go than Rotten Tomatoes? Now you are going to be shocked, shattered, absolutely vaporized by this news, but The Whale, starring Brendan Fraser, has a 67% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 95% audience score. It also has, and I can't believe that the left did this, it has an 8.3 on IMDb. Those woke critics are really taking this to task. But I decided to look at the negative reviews, particularly the critic reviews on IMDb, and see what they had to say about it, because it's possible all of the negative reviews were talking about this. And on the first page of reviews, I believe 2 of the, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 negative reviews mentioned that. I didn't, like, click through the website to read through them, just, like, the little blurb, right? And then I clicked through it, right, and, like, every once in a while, you'd find one that would mention it. They would be, you know, the director tried to avoid these stereotypes, but I believe that he just reinforced them. So there were a couple of people, but 67% of critics liked the movie, and of those who didn't, a very small minority of them focused on the fact that they were offended and of the horrible bigotry on display in this film. So, okay, shocker, right? Matt Walsh's entire narrative is a lie. Oh my gosh, who could have seen this coming? But what interests me the most is the fact that this backlash has made him want to watch the film more.
And I thought, like, are they actually going to be able to get away with this? I have no issue with it. It sounds like an interesting idea. Take Brendan Fraser and put him in the fat suit and try to pull off an actual dramatic performance. Sounds interesting to me. And I'll probably give it a watch.
And you can see in his video, in real time, as he realizes that he's just said that he wants to watch a gay movie. Most of his video, he's talking about the fat suit. And so he seems to forget about the fact that the main character is supposed to be gay. So then towards the end of it, he's like, you know, I'm considering watching this film. And then, like, you see it hit him.
He's not actually morbidly obese, so they put him in the fat suit. And then I didn't even realize this until I just read the article, but apparently he's portraying a gay man.
I don't know. It was a fulfilling moment for me, because I thought it was very funny that apparently the way to get Matt to, like, support queer stuff is to just make him think that the left doesn't like it. So for that reason, I, a very proud and very prominent Marxist, socialist, SJW, liberal, progressive, man-hater, feminist, all of the things, am declaring to you, Matt Walsh, right now, that I am adamantly anti-trans rights. My opinion of gay people is so low, so bad. Like, whenever I think about a gay person, I just think, oh man, I want to give that a thumbs down. You know, it offends me. I am triggered by the existence of queer people, and I think you need to know that the left despises them. I mean, everywhere you go, lefties are just constantly talking about how much we despise queerness, how much the LGBTQ community is just, it's constantly offensive to us. We are triggered by it. We are horrified by it. So if you really want to own us in the marketplace of ideas, I'm telling you right now, Matt Walsh, you need to take a stand in favor of transness, in favor of queerness. You need to show us just how wrong and triggered and pathetic we are. So prove to the world today, Matt, that the left is nothing but a bunch of soy boy beta cucks. Man, power's in your hands. Anyhow, I hope y'all had a little bit of fun with this one. I cover things that kind of suck a lot and are sad. And I mean, obviously, like, this sucks because he's like being bigoted and whatever and all of that business. But like, I literally, this is the best I got, y'all. I'm trying to find. Follow me on Instagram at edgier than thou. Follow me on Twitter at edgier than no thou. Someone took that from me. Subscribe to this channel and like this video, and then watch all of my other videos through. Like all of them. And then, only then, will you have owned me in the free marketplace of ideas. Only then will you have proved, once and for all, that I am nothing but a triggered lib snowflake. And with that, I will see you beaches in the next one.